I'm viral.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
Jared. We got to work on your excitement levels for the intro. I feel like
it's a carryover from whatever quote you send me. It's so maybe you should.
Wait, so it's my fault?
Yes.
Blame the victim. All right.
Always. Yeah, trailer trash time. So we're this episode we watch a trailer of the movie. We'll be breaking down and then we trash it.
True that.
What are we doing, Jared?
Unfortunately, we're going to watch Barely Lethal.
We have so much to discuss about the title, but get through what it's about.
Sure. We got a long log line for this one.
Yeah.
Too many sentences. So, a teenage special ops agent coveting a normal adolescence, normal in quotes, because what's a normal adolescence, right? Fakes her own death and enrolls in a suburban high school. She quickly learns that surviving the treacherous waters of high school is more challenging than international espionage. What? I don't think that's true.
Should we discuss the alternate logline we heard, or is that too much for?
No, go for it. Yeah, you read it.
So there's an alternate version of this I found on a website that goes pretty much the same thing until the second sentence where it goes, she quickly learns that surviving the treacherous waters of high school is much more challenging than getting waterboarded. What?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like it's like a search engine website. I don't know where they're pulling that from, or maybe they just wrote their own cheeky little thing, like, you know.
They must have, right?
Yeah, that's
well, I mean, it could be a backup log line that we just never.
So here we are, Barely Lethal. We're going to get into the title of this in a minute.
Gross.
But before we get into this, the trailer and this whole mess, fan service?
Yeah, we do. We've got an email.
Nice.
Thank you, listeners. She's a repeat.
Jerry gets paid by email send, so as you can tell. Yeah,
I am broke. Yeah, we got a repeat emailer here, which I like. Longtime listener of the pod, friend of the pod.
Yeah, pod friend.
Yep, Elizabeth. And bad news, longtime listener, mad at us.
Aww.
So subject line here is late wife, and late is all caps.
Oh boy, I already know what this is about.
And I think you do too, listeners. If you listened like a month ago when we did White Noise, whatever the timeline is now.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's her email. Hi, Russ and Jared. Don't care for the fact that she put you first, but
I mean, come on.
I mean, to be fair, I also put you first in all of the descriptions that I write for the episodes. So damn it. She continues. In listening to White Noise Part 2, I quickly began screaming to myself in the car surrounding your reference to his ex-wife/dead wife because it's late wife.
Yeah, late wife.
Late wife. That's the term we were looking for.
So she's the late ex-wife.
Right, the late dead wife. Yes.
Yeah, the late dead wife. Okay.
So I guess that's redundant. I'll go with it anyway. The late ex-dead wife.
Yeah, I think we had a moment. We had like a little bit of brain freeze of like, what do you call a wife that's passed away but you also have an ex-wife that's that's still alive, right?
Right, like an ex-dead wife.
Ex-dead wife, which
is kind of like an undead wife, right?
Yeah, I'm still sticking with what we went with. So yeah,
yeah. So she closes with, "Come on, love, Elizabeth." So we love you too.
Love you too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Late wife. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Scout's Honor will be more conscientious about what we say moving forward.
That sounds like
yeah. Cannot promise that.
No. Late ex-wife. Okay.
Hopefully there's no dead wives for us to talk about today. Right?
I don't think so. Or any other thing that has like a proper terminology that we don't know off the top of our heads in the moment.
Yeah. A barely lethal dead wife.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So that's cool. Thanks, Elizabeth. And that's fan service.
So send us an email. You too can be like Elizabeth.
Yeah. You can call us out.
Yeah. She was pretty polite about it still. You could be meaner.
Absolutely. You can call us out and we'll still disagree with you. That's totally a thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like we always say, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, leave us a mean review, but with 5 stars, and that helps us with the algorithm.
Right.
Right?
We're just trying to win the game at this point. That's all we're trying to do.
Right.
Right?
It's all algorithms, baby.
That's
it's all tubes.
It is. We're all surrounded by ones and zeros and algorithms. Come on.
Preach.
All right.
Is it trailer time?
It's time to trash this trailer.
Say it slower.
All right. So, so this trailer, right off the bat, it's PG-13.
Nice.
Did you read all the, why it's PG-13?
Nah, I never do.
I like reading them because sometimes they're kind of funny. Like the descriptions are kind of funny. So this movie is PG-13 for sexual material, teen drinking, language, which I always find is a funny one, language, drug references, and some action violence.
Ooh, looking forward to that.
Yeah, so get excited. Okay, so
really aggressive start, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you came out saying like the Hard Kill. Everyone should go back and listen to Hard Kill.
Right.
You said you came out saying like that trailer just came out like really fast. I didn't think so too much, but this one is just we're in it.
Next level. Yeah.
Yeah, next level. And I'm gonna prep the listeners right now. So this trailer is an assault on the senses. It is just.
I feel assaulted. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like every cut was like a half-second cut.
I'm thinking back to the trailer and like I just realized that I just paused constantly. I just always paused
because I have no idea. Because like if you like you watch it and if you're not paying attention, like you're trying to take a note or something, like you'd miss the next 3 things that happened. And there's a lot of voiceover over like 4 or 5 different like cuts and things happening. Chaotic trailer. Absolutely chaotic.
It's a fast 2 minute and 28 second whatever.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because the way we're about to go through this, so you understand why we may sound chaotic.
Sure.
Whatever. All right. So
Agents of Chaos is what they call us on the podcast circuit.
Yeah. That's what we're known in the biz. So yeah, it definitely opens up just right off the bat, pretty aggressive. We have Hailee Steinfeld, our hero, I believe, versus Sansa fighting, right?
Yep.
And Sam Jackson is just kind of watching.
Yep.
Well, all right. So when I describe it like that,
he is smiling like a creep in the corner. I'm hoping that this movie isn't as seemingly offensive.
I don't think it's offensive. I think it's just cringy. As the title, is that what you're saying? Like the movie isn't as cringy as the title of the movie.
The reason why I say it's offensive is because all of the characters that we're talking about here are definitively underage. The characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
So gross.
Yeah. And then
like they're not barely legal. They're children. Yes. They're children. Like they're
teenagers
gross.
In high school. Yeah.
We're a staunchly anti-pedophile podcast.
Yes. Big time. In the title, we haven't talked about the title, but we'll talk about the title at the end.
Oh, we're gonna save it for the end. Okay, I thought we were gonna do it right now.
Yeah, let's do it right now. Fuck it, let's do it right now. I mean, the title is so cringy, like a cringy, stupid humor title. Like it's like a wink, wink, nod, nod. Do you get it? And it's like, yeah, but it's not funny because it's not good. Like it's just cringe. Right. It's a cringe joke.
Well, right, and that's where I was going with that. Where like it's not funny, and also. It's a movie about children. Like I get that like you're saying like the premise of Barely Legal is like, they're very young, but they are not children, technically, the way that we define our society. 18-year-olds are children in my mind still. That's neither here nor there. I'm not a lawmatician. But anyway, where I was going with that is we're making a play on a thing that's about usually adults that look like children, which is weird. And then this is actually about children, which makes it double weird. Yeah. Right? Inappropriate, I say.
I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy. So, I mean, you're supposed to take some of this and a little bit of, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get that they're trying to make a joke, but come on. Like,
it's not a good joke. I don't care. Like, so.
Right. Well, and that's so where I think we agree most of the time is like, it's sometimes okay to make offensive jokes if it's really funny. And depending on how offensive,
Like,
there's some lines that I don't think should be crossed, but
know your audience and know what you're doing, right?
Right, exactly. This could be a funny joke. They chose violence instead. Don't care for it.
It's dumb. All right, so we're done now, right? That's good. We're done with that.
I guess so. Yeah,
I think we covered that. We're probably gonna cover the end anyways again. All right, so again, we have Hailee Steinfeld and Sansa fighting right off the bat. Sophie Turner.
Weirdly dark room. Like, why are there no lights on?
Yeah, and Sam Jackson's kind of circling. He's watching them like train, whatever, pretty much fighting, and
which like he's got his like trademark beret on, but some kind of insignia this time.
And then it just jumps right to really quickly like this
Direct TV. First. Sorry.
Solid. Yep. And then
skip the credits.
So then it goes to like A24, who A24 is completely legit, and they put out great stuff. Obviously not that great. So after A24, we get Main Street Films, whatever. RKO Pictures, which is a fun one.
Right. You familiar with and I'd never heard of.
Yeah, RKO, like I've definitely heard of. They've been around forever. They've been around since like the 20s, like 1920, late 20s, I think, right? They did like King Kong. Kane? Yeah, Citizen Kane and King Kong, those two movies that we would never put on this podcast. But they disappeared. I did some homework on them. They disappeared. Like they went bankrupt. They had some things. They went defunct back in the 60s, and then someone picked up the catalog. But now they were
old as time.
Yeah, and then but they were picked up by
like Paul McCartney.
Yeah, and they were then picked up by an independent studio, now RKO Pictures LLC.
Limited liability. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're right. You always want the LLC.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of production companies. Like, holy shit! And they were rang through all of them right here. We get the Rat Pack Entertainment,
which I assume was a Sinatra joint.
Nope.
Not Sinatra, decidedly.
No, definitely not Sinatra. That's the old Brett Ratner.
What's the pack?
I think it's like two other. I forget who else is in it. It's like two other.
Ratner Pacino?
No, what? No, stop it.
I don't know.
No, it's like I think two or three other. I don't even know. I looked it up and I was like, I don't care anymore. I completely forgot about Brett Ratner until I saw this logo and I was like, oh yeah. Scumbag.
Political Action Committee.
And it keeps going. And then we get Highland Film Group. I did no homework on that. And I was just like, holy smokes, are these done? And they were rattling through them because this is a fast cut trailer. So, all right, those are production companies. And then we get a voiceover with, at the same time, we get a shot of like a building that looks like basically the Pentagon in like the Alps or something. I don't know. Right.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah,
it looks really nice actually.
Yeah. Knock off Pentagon.
Looks we get a voiceover from Hailee Steinfeld. I never knew my parents. The only thing I ever knew could have shot the Pentagon was Prescott, a special school for orphans.
Which, come on. Also, I really hope there's not this much voiceover in the movie. I'm worried about it.
I am too. I'm pretty worried too because yikes.
Special school for orphans. Okay.
Yes. And then it quickly cuts to we're in a warehouse and we get a red Camaro just cranking through this warehouse.
Yeah.
Spins out, coming in hot, right?
Yep.
And a little girl just hops out of the Camaro. And Sam Jackson, we get a shot of Sam Jackson. He is not pleased.
Nope.
No.
Got his little driving gloves on. He's got his stopwatch out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chevy, Chevrolet cars. They are. Thanks. So this is when the little girl gets out of the car. Just comes to a screaming stop in front of Samuel L. Jackson. He's not having it. Is this what we're assuming is a young Sophie Turner, or is this a young Hailee Steinfeld? Seinfeld?
Hailee Steinfeld. What's the deal with being a secret agent? What's the deal with high school? I don't know. I thought it was a voiceover kid. I thought it was Hailee Steinfeld.
That makes more sense, but the little girl is blonde. So.
Yeah, or was just another girl. I don't know. Like this trailer is chaos. So who knows? So
you're right. I guess it could be anyone.
It could have been anyone. And then Samuel Jackson's basically just like, back of the line, Grandma. Move. So
it's pretty funny.
And then we get then we quickly cut to a bunch of little. It's actually all girls. I was like, kids. I was like, actually, all little girls.
Yep.
Training and
boxing.
boxing.
In like a creepy garage, empty garage. I don't know.
With like all those,
it's gross.
Like the dummy things you can kick and punch.
Yeah, and there's like a guy in a lab coat, like taking notes, like a creep, and then there's this rack of guns sitting next to them too.
Yeah,
don't care for it.
And then we get a quick. Man, this trailer is so crazy.
I know. Yeah. Keep in mind, everything that we're saying is like a 1 second cut.
Yes, we're making it longer. Actually, we're
making it way longer.
So then we get a shot of Hailee Steinfeld, and then a quick shot, like it immediately then cuts to a depressed Sansa there. It's like,
right. Which
Sophie Turner. I just like as soon as I see her, that's all I think of.
Yeah, that's what she's known for.
It's easier to say. Yeah. And so she's all depressed, sitting on
a prison cot bed kind of thing.
Sharpening a knife or something. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, don't trust it.
And then we get our first kind of like interstitial title card, right?
Mm-hmm. She's a trained assassin. Okay.
Sure.
Who's she? Sophie Turner?
Sophie Turner, or
who is the main character here? Yes. I'm so confused already. I thought that this movie was starring Hailee. Wish it was Steinfeld.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get the sense that it was because like it's her voice. It's not Sophie Turner's voice narrating.
I didn't recognize her voice.
But that's, yeah, that's fair though. Cause it's like,
you a big Hailee Steinfeld fan?
Yeah, actually I am.
I don't know if I've ever recognized her in any, like I never knew her name until yesterday. When I watched this movie. I've
only seen her in 2 things. Man, they were both fun. I thought, so she was in the Bumblebee movie, which was probably the best Transformers movie. It was a blast. It was really good. And she was in that.
Wait, the best Transformers? Better than the first Transformers movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was actually
pretty good.
I mean, its first Transformers is great. The Bumblebee movie it's actually a movie. Like it's
really.
It's actually got like some. It's got a little heart. It actually has like a little bit of heart to it. It has like actually like a story to it.
Ooh, like old Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh man, I meant to send it to you the other day. We're going off on a tangent here. You know what? This episode's gonna be long enough anyway. Who cares? Yeah. There was a new vinyl release the other day. It's like they sound like Scorpion or like some other '80s rock band.
Sure.
And they apparently did an album of covers of the original Transformers movie soundtrack, which was
nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
And the new, like the rock cover is dope. And so it just got released on vinyl. Album came out like 2 years ago, maybe.
I'm into that.
Just got released on vinyl the other day, and I was like,
I
almost wanted to buy this. I was so close to being like, I shouldn't spend. I'm trying to buy a house. I shouldn't spend $30 on a record that I don't need.
Yeah, definitely not. You listen to it once when I come over, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's where actually now that you say that, I'm going to go buy it. Super worth it.
I said that because it was part of my plan the entire time.
Damn it.
I'd buy it, but my record player doesn't work. Oops.
So smart. So it's a trap.
Gotcha. All right. So she's a trained assassin. And then we jump to Sam Jackson here, giving the team some exposition about our baddie, right? Victoria Knox, played by Jessica Alba.
Very like spy trope, like boardroom. There's like a weird square desk thing that's got a big hole in the middle for some reason.
Yeah, and we get Victoria Knox, who's Jessica Alba, which by the way I was like, oh, so this is where Jessica Alba's been. Like she just kind of disappeared, didn't she?
The last thing that I remember Jessica Alba from is what's that Seth Green joint that I love? Idle Hands. I love that movie. She's in that, right?
I don't think so. I have no idea.
My favorite Seth Green movie and my favorite Jessica Alba movie for sure.
Fuck it. She's in it now. I'm trying to think.
That movie's so funny.
She was in some stupid rom-com movie where like, was she like a dentist or something? I think I watched. I don't even know. And it was with some dopey actor who I can't even think of right now.
How to Lose a Tooth in 10 Days.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
But I thought she started like some like a Gwyneth Paltrow goop thing. Didn't she start some like healthcare?
Oh, I hope not.
No, she definitely did. It's called the Albatross or something, I think.
Excuse you?
I have no idea.
No, that can't be real. You're lying to me.
I am lying to you. But she did start something. I thought she got into like healthcare that's not the name of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Alba Goop.
Yeah. Doesn't sound good.
I don't care for this anymore.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Can we be an staunchly anti-goop podcast also?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All kinds of goop.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Goop isn't good. You don't want it on your hands. You don't want it on your face.
Okay. Just looking.
So we learned that.
Goop isn't good.
Goop isn't good. Goop free. So we get a bunch of exposition about our baddie, Victoria Knox, Jessica Alba. She's an American arms dealer.
Yep.
And we get a digital overlay, kind of out, like a very hard kill for our hardcore listeners.
From our hardcore listeners from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Like same type of here's here's her face, and then here's some information about her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember the hard kill one was, if we remember correctly, it was pretty dumb.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. This one was just kind of like, none of the information on there was important. It was like photos of her fingerprints, her heart rate.
What?
Yeah, like stuff that I paused the screen.
Why is that important?
I don't know. I paused the screen and looked at it. I was like, this is dumb. Known affiliates. And I was like, okay, I mean, kind of important, but.
No, that's good information.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm coming around on this. Okay. And apparently this is when we find out that apparently they need to catch her and bring her there, wherever there is.
The Pentagon. The Pentagon in the Alps.
Yeah, knock off Pentagon. And then that's when we learn that Hailee Steinfeld's name is Agent 83, which is going to be a lot easier for us to say.
Yeah, Agent 83.
Looking forward to that.
Yes, that's going to be easy to keep track of.
83 said this.
Yeah, clearly there's a numbering system. Clearly there was 82 agents before her.
Yeah, but this is when 83 has her Rumspringa moment here, right?
Rumspringa?
Yeah. For those international listeners that we have, it's probably a German word. Germany listeners, let us know. But yeah. I'm just assuming. But it's a thing where mostly the Amish go and like.
Pretty sure it translates to spring break in German. Rumspringa.
You think so? Oh,
I'm just yeah, right?
Yeah, must.
Cannot wait for someone to correct something. Now I think maybe we should just say stuff really wrong and people are like, no, that's not what it is. And email us. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, we should. Yeah, you're right. We should taunt the listeners. Smart.
Yes. Love it.
Antagonize the listeners intentionally. Right. Good.
Well,
we have the most anti-listener podcast on any network.
Oh, I mean, you put it that way. Don't be a jerk, Jared.
Fuck you all if you want to be on the podcast.
I'm trying to engage and you're just being a jerk.
No. You're right. Oh,
I love being fucking Google fact checked immediately. Come on, do it.
Yeah, we could have also figured this out, but you know what? We're not going to because fuck you.
Okay.
So anyway, it's 83 going crazy, talking about how it wasn't until she was in the field that she realized she was missing teen life. More of that voiceover that I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, and so she's peeping Tomming like a party going on while she's on her job. She's like scouting out, and she's just like, "What's going on over here? There's a party going on."
Yeah, focus much?
Yeah, come on, you have a job to do here.
Yeah. And then we like immediately cut to a jungle beach where I'm very disoriented.
Yeah, and then it cuts to a jungle beach. I don't know what that is, and then immediately it's just a sweep the leg moment on Jessica Alba, right?
Yeah.
It's Agent 83 here. Hailee just sweep legging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweep legging.
Yeah, sweep legging. I wasn't sure the words were actually coming out of my mouth there.
I think maybe leg sweeping or
leg sweeping.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Sweeping leg.
That's my sweeping leg.
Not my sweeping leg.
And then we get some hand-to-hand fighting. It's very much like this trailer, very cut aggressively and obnoxiously.
The effects are terrible.
And then there's like a weird shot of like, it looks like Agent 83 Hailee here and like some dude like looting bodies. I don't know. It was really weird because it's so short and it cut so short. It looked like they were like,
oh yeah. I think I even just glossed over that.
Like the cuts were so crazy. It just looked like they were looting like dead bodies or something. I don't know. And then there's a plane.
It wasn't real.
And I'm gonna buzz through this because like these were like so fast. You can stop and interject wherever you want.
Yeah, go for it.
So then there's a plane, and then there's an explosion, and then there's some parachute shit going on. It's the old Fulton whatchamacallit there recovery system. It's a legit thing.
Oh, okay.
No,
I've never jumped out of a plane. Not sure.
It's not jumping out of a plane. It's actually going back into the plane.
Oh, also not sure. Never done that either.
And there's a malfunction. And then Jessica Alba and Hailee are hanging in the air by a rope, right?
Yeah.
Getting pulled up to this plane. And Jessica Alba just starts shooting it at Agent 83, Hailee here. And she just kind of just drops into a river.
Yep.
So that all happens in like less than a second.
Yep. Which... this is when I got confused again because it's another second goes by and Jessica Alba ends up on the plane and is like missing someone.
Yeah.
And which like, it's like Samuel Jackson's just like strolling over to her casual. Like, isn't she the enemy? I'm so confused about what's going on.
Yeah. It was not hopefully it'll be explained. I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. Sam Jackson's trying to get 83 on the walkie, checking to see if she's down on the beach somewhere, if she survived the fall.
Yep.
Which she didn't have a parachute, right?
No. So she should be dead, we think. I don't know, but she's in a river. She fell into some water. Whatever.
Sure.
It's fine.
Yeah. It only hurts a lot.
When you're 10,000 feet in the air and falling into a river. I don't know.
And when you're a child.
So then this is the point where Agent 84 is
Sophie Turner.
Right.
As we'll find out in a second, I feel like, right?
Yeah. And she realizes, hey, wait a second. They think I'm dead. Or I guess, I don't know. She voices it over to us that she's basically like, this is her way out of the agency from Prescott.
Right.
She doesn't respond. They think she's dead. And she signs up as an exchange student to go to high school.
Which, what? And like, what is this GeoCities website that she's on in 2015?
I mean, whatever. She's a super secret spy agent, so she can figure this all out, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think this is going to go well for her at all.
Oh, I mean, she can figure out how to like fake that she's a student exchange student, right?
I don't. She seems like she's not well adjusted.
Yeah, which is weird.
But what do I know?
Right? What does anyone know anywhere? Right?
Yeah, I predict this is going to go great for her, actually.
And then the trailer kicks into some kind of too cool for school like rock music, right? And then we kind of pan over like a small town USA all of a sudden, right?
Yep. Yeah, looks really nice.
And then we get another title card. She is looking to be normal,
allegedly.
Are we all? So then it cuts to her greeting a family,
right? Like
off a bus, and like all of a sudden it went to like this soft like lighting thing. Did you catch that? Where it was like this weird like,
oh yeah,
all the edges around everyone was like really soft lit, and it was like, what? This is like weird. It's like a Hallmark TV movie or something. It's
like I mean, I'm sure this is actually what happened. I was gonna say, it's like the people who made this trailer just literally grabbed shots from the movie and then didn't do any editing afterwards. Like to like make it feel consistent. Right? Yeah. They're just like, oh, let's just put let's like take like it's another one. Wasn't Hard Kill kind of like this too, where it's like, yeah, just take like every 30th frame and put that in the trailer
and throw it in and do a little voiceover. Bruce Willis, boom, done. We're out of here.
Yeah.
But it also makes me worried that like the movie's going to be like this. We're going to get this weird thing going on and like changing like so I don't know.
Hope not.
Anyway, so she gets greeted by a family. And then we immediately get, she greets the family, meets the mom. And then we get like a cut to like
the mom looks real nice. She seems friendly, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas on the other hand, new fake sister looks like she could be a real B.
Yeah, like a real Karen, if you will, because she is just anti-foreigners.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go that way, but yes, you're right.
I mean, she literally tells her, don't touch me, because she's like, Agent 83 is going in for a hug, and she's like, don't touch me until I've seen your papers. That's pretty...
What kind of papers are we talking here?
Yeah, holy smokes. All right, so then we find out his sister's name is, or not sister, but the daughter's name is Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm calling her sister.
Yeah, I'm calling her Karen until she earns Elizabeth because, come on.
Oh, right, because our listener Elizabeth is a much better Elizabeth.
Oh yeah. Our listener Elizabeth. Oh man,
that's where you were going with that, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, no. Our listener Elizabeth is great, fantastic. Keep sending us emails. Keep correcting us.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie,
right,
the daughter's name is Elizabeth. Yes.
Awful.
Yes, she's a Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Is that offensive to Karens everywhere?
I don't care. I don't, Karen. Okay.
All right.
So
then
cut to the suburbs, right?
And here we are. We're in the suburbs, the burbs. A really nice, sweet house in the burbs. And we get more voiceover.
Mission High School was a go. Damn it.
Jesus Christ. And then we get a title card, right? But going to high school. That's it. And this
I can see where this is going.
And then but going to high school is it just says but going to high school, and then they cue up it's like a shitty Foo Fighters ripoff music, kind of like amps up, right?
Oh, Foo Fighters, interesting. Okay, I was gonna go more pop punk, like.
It's definitely pop punk,
like Sum 41 kind of like.
Yeah. So it's just like shitties. Well, because I want to say. It's
not shitty. It's great. What are you talking about? I like this music.
No, it's absolutely terrible. And then
way more 2003 than 2015.
Yes. Very true. And then she's just like heading out onto a stage for like an assembly or something at school.
Yeah, which it seems like she's got a crush on this guy already.
Yeah, so she meets the backstage AV guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm calling right now. Definitely the guy, right? The guy at the end, right? He's the guy.
I would assume, yeah.
He's the winner chicken dinner. He's right at the end of the movie, because he's like the AV guy who kind of is really nice and is like helping her out, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah. I can totally see that. Okay,
I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, and he's not stoked about the assembly that's happening.
She is. She's like, "Isn't this awesome?" And he's like, "Not usually." He's kind of right. I don't know. How were your assemblies in high school?
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, we didn't have that many. I went to a real big high school, Russ.
How many?
We had 900 kids in my class.
In your graduating class?
Yeah, like 930, 928, I think was like my graduating class.
Yeah. Do you even have a gym big enough to hold that many kids?
Yes. Well, the gym was enormous, but also like we never had like a school assembly because it was 3,500 kids.
Holy, well, you do it by class.
Yeah, and we still never really had like we had pep rallies. That was like the closest thing that we had to assemblies.
My graduating class, was like 150 or something.
Yeah,
that's my entire high school plus a middle school was your entire graduating class.
Yeah, plus a middle school. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, well, where do you think they go? They just
right. I mean, if it makes you feel better, my class from the town that I grew up in, so it's a regional high school. There were 3 sending towns.
Don't be confused. I don't feel bad.
I know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You don't have to admit it on the podcast, but I can tell. But yeah, like my middle school class was 135 kids. So,
wow. Okay.
And then we went to the much bigger town, Derry, for high school.
Oh, because that pulled in all the other like local.
Yeah, there were like 700 kids from Derry, and then us like 135 from Hampstead, and then there was like another like 100 kids from this small town called Chester.
Got it. We just had
smaller.
We just had 2 towns, but the one town, my town, was like.
Wait, you had 2 towns doing 135? That's so few.
Yeah. No, like, I mean, there were 2 separate towns, but my town had the high school and the middle school that everyone went to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a farming town. It was just more farming and mining and shit like that. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway.
Anyway, assemblies were not like this for me.
Yeah, I mean, we had assemblies and it was just like, all right, I don't know. I remember like 1 or 2 and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember. So what I'm getting at is I don't ever remember them announcing like foreign exchange. Because I remember we had like 1 or maybe 2. But
that's what I was just going to say. It was like, why is this an assembly?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, foreign exchange student, Megan Walsh. And you're like, okay. And then I love the girl shouting, go home immediately.
USA. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, ruthless.
What the fuck? These kids are terrible.
Yep. So 83 goes, I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh boy.
Which you're inviting.
Come on. Like of all of the places you could have picked to be from, really?
Right. And then some kid in the audience goes, hey, you say Regina?
Cue laughter from everyone.
Yeah.
Kids are terrible. Kids are just little devils, huh?
Yeah, they sure are.
And then we get a title card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a killer.
Which at this point I had completely forgotten what the last title card said.
Yeah, I think it's something about high school, right?
Yeah, high school's she's attending high school. I don't
going to high school, and then this one is a killer.
Got it. Okay.
And then the shitty pop punk band cues up again.
Yeah, I mean the awesome pop punk band.
No, stop it.
But this is when we figure out Megan 83 is actually into this other guy who's stupidly named Cash. And I can tell I'm going to get frustrated.
I already hate this guy. He's got a punchable face. We're big into punchable faces here.
Yeah.
Big time punchable face.
Haven't punched that many, but enough to know. Enough to know.
Violence isn't the answer, but the idea of violence sometimes is what you need. To get you through the day.
Yeah, we're having a good episode. So apparently Cash, like this, now we're in a hallway. His
name is Cash and he's in high school, dude. Come on. Like
Johnny. So apparently we're in the hallway now with the lockers. There's a bunch of girls, including our friend 83. And Cash is apparently big into school spirit because these girls are mean.
Yes, they are setting up Agent 83 here.
Trying to get her to be the mascot.
Isn't she trained in understanding and reading people and knowing when they're lying and being, come on.
I mean, I don't know what her training includes, but you'd think.
That's true because we didn't get a dossier that says known abilities.
Right, which is the only thing you can go by.
It's true.
Yeah, and then possible disorder over here. Possible personality disorder.
Anxiety in high school. And then we come quickly back to the assembly and we see Cash and he plays the guitar and just being dreamy, right?
As always, I bet.
And then he just and then there's a quick cut of close up of him and her on the stage and he's just like, hey. And then they cut back to Hailee. With some weird soft lighting again, but still back with the girls in the hallway. So this is so jarring because it's like girls in the hallway, assembly, girls in the hallway, assembly, and then back to girls in the hallway. And clearly this entire school just hates foreigners because like these two girls are setting up the foreign girl to like, right. And you're like, it's always a great prank to play, right? Hey, you don't understand our culture. Gotcha.
Classic prank.
Classic foreigner prank, right?
Yeah. And 83 goes, well, all my high school research suggests that they're awkward loners talking about mascots.
Awkward loners. Is that I couldn't understand what she said. I thought she said all my high school research suggests that there are four corners. I couldn't understand I played it 3 times.
4 corners?
Yeah. I should have put on the subtitles.
Awkward loners. Yeah.
I should put on the subtitles. You do that.
Hard to do on YouTube. This one I just played it twice so I could hear it.
I played it 3 times. I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna let Jared figure that one out. And then we go to so we get a quick cut of her doing flips in a gym randomly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we do a quick cut to cheerleaders band practice out in the football field and a Viking mascot, which we know is Hailee, right? Because the two girls set her up.
Yep. She's doing great, by the way.
Yep.
She's doing outstanding job at being a mascot.
Absolutely. I'm all fired up. Pop punk, shitty pop punk music is...
it's the best. Stop saying shitty.
It's shitty, dude. It's getting louder. And then we get a white van pulls up and a crew of dudes in ski masks just like pop out.
Which, if I had a nickel...
Too soon. And then... So they hop out and they are from the rival school, Lincoln, by the way. In case you're wondering.
Oh, I was wondering.
How'd you know that? I sleuth this. I'll tell you in a second why. Yeah, I sleuth the shit out of this one. So they're from rival school Lincoln. So they go and attack Hailee as the mascot, right?
Yep. Justifiably, she fights back and like
Yeah, and we know this won't go
some
well
good punches.
For them.
Tosses her battle axe at one of these guys, which
smokes him, right?
Dope. Yeah.
And then she's like on top. She's like, "Who are you? Who do you work for?
Yeah.
Who does number 2 work for?" He's like, "We just want to hold the mascot ransom. It's tradition."
Which what?
Guess that's the thing.
I don't care for it.
So then we got all the onlookers, all the other kids who were there, the band, blah blah, people in the, I don't know, just kids around videotaping with their phones, blah blah blah. So clearly,
she's mortified. She looks mortified.
Yes, looks mortified, right? And then we cut to a cafeteria, and the next day we just cut to a cafeteria, and there's just people chanting Regina.
Regina, Regina, which I paused it and looked at that kid's shirt. Did you see his shirt?
No.
The main kid leading the chant.
Yeah.
I went to your mom's and all I got was this lame shirt.
I'm not laughing at the shirt. By the way, I'm not laughing at the shirt. I'm laughing at how stupid that fucking thing. Yes.
I'm so worried that this is going to be a movie where they're like, oh, like, hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we're going to get. And then we get an angry closing of a laptop by Karen, the, quote unquote Karen there. Elizabeth. Not our fan Elizabeth, but in the movie. The anti-foreigner American sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hailee's like, or Agent 83 here, she's like, "What's going on?" And then apparently
Excuse me.
What's going on here? What's with you two?
Viral.
So her ass kicking shenanigans of the rival school kids got 85,000 views,
which not bad.
This is where I figured out it was Lincoln, by the way. So did you catch that?
I paused it on the video tube. Yeah.
All right. So there's two things. Yeah. So one is it's not YouTube.
It's smiley face.
Smiley. Tube. It's smiley emoticon tube. Right.
Yep.
And then she's like, I'm viral. But if you look at the comments on the right side and all the other videos,
I did.
They mentioned the Lincoln school.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny. And the things that I didn't find funny. One, this video is posted by like some weird like middle-aged looking dude by his icon called Kyle the Ace.
Yes.
Don't care for it. And then did you look at all the related videos? Because I did.
Yeah. Yep. What do you got?
Like Lincoln douchebag gets pwned. Cutest baby ever, which is another Kyle the Ace joint. I don't know. Kyle the Ace seems like he's weirdly into kids. Don't care for it.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Old school surfers break down why high school is a total joke. Girl explains black hole theory, which I'm kind of interested in.
Curious.
Dog sings Bon Jovi, which is another Kyle joint. And then Lincoln sucks, dude.
That's a good one.
The last one, which I wanted to look up and I forgot to, Lost Trailers Invincible official music video.
No, it's probably the shitty pop punk band that we're listening to.
Oh, you think? I hope.
All right, so she's gone.
I'm viral.
And then we just cut quickly to a bunch of mass agents breaking through windows, and then Sam Jackson or someone saying "cuffer," and then I hop in a helicopter and they're off.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to her lying in a warehouse, like tied to a chair or something.
Yep, classic.
And we got Agent 83 tied up to a chair. We got Sam Jackson, questioner, and then we get, who knew it, Steve-O, still relevant back in 2015.
Yep, I guess.
Famous line you say, hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You really do.
Why is Steve-O in this movie?
Couldn't tell you, pal.
Oh my God, why is he in this movie? Anyway, so so then
she asked him, "How'd you find me?" He's like, YouTube, which
it's not YouTube, it's SmileTube.
Well, we won't know that until the movie.
Oh, in the trailer, where the video was posted is on SmileTube. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah. No, you're right, totally right. Then screw this.
Yes,
why did I say YouTube? It's SmileTube.
Yes, it's SmileTube. It makes no sense.
Like
you can say YouTube, but you can't show. I guess you can't show a photo of the website or something. I don't know. Really,
it's so frustrating. And then it's like a bunch of like I don't know. They're gonna like torture her with a battery or something. There's wires everywhere.
Yeah, Steve-O's like doing electricity, and then he like shocks himself and sets up a spark that startles himself. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, she's a child.
I'm like, and I'm also like, why is Steve-O still in this movie? Like,
right, that too.
He better attach those things to his nipples and just explode.
I mean, if he doesning,
yeah.
Wait, why is he in this movie?
Right.
Fucking they're like, we need somebody to do a Jackass.
Whatever their fucking song is.
Yeah, we need someone to do a Jackass bit. Who do we get? Steve-O.
Steve-O.
Anyway. So yeah, apparently Jessica Alba escaped.
She's in a holding room, right?
Right.
She's in a holding room, but at the same time, Sam Jackson's giving a voiceover how she escaped, and then she left a really nice death threat, which we can see via some video on an iPhone.
Apparently, she's looking specifically for Agent 83 for some reason.
Like, why? Which is because she caught her. Like,
I don't know. Presumably, they'll make it up for the plot, I guess.
it's all just pretty stupid.
Yep.
And there's like, a weird winking moment between Jessica Alba and Sophie Turner, which.
Right. After we get the news that she's escaped, she's still in custody, I guess.
Yeah. Which is
as far as the clips go.
Yeah. Either it can go one of two ways. A wink at Sophie Turner is either super creepy and trying to be creepy, and or Sophie Turner is a bad lady, which I bet she is, because she just looks menacing anyways in real life.
She does look menacing, yeah.
And then we get a quick shot of Sophie Turner and that soft lighting thing again. I don't know. Like none of these cuts make any sense. It's just like really quick and it's just like awkward.
Right. That's before the high school party, right? Then we cut to another party.
Yes.
And there's like some acrobatics going on that I wasn't expecting. Looks like maybe 83 and Sophie Turner jumping off a balcony or something.
Yeah, jumping off a balcony in a house. But there's also a voiceover, I think, at this point, right? Saying like,
right.
She better bring if Knox finds her, she'll destroy you. And then like, and there's a weird cut to like Hailee.
Oh, see, I didn't think that was about Knox. I thought that was about 83 asking Sophie Turner for help. Because I heard she better bring fire, she better bring thunder, she better bring help.
Well, that comes a little bit later, but before that, it's Sam Jackson doing a voiceover during this, like her jump, like the whole jumping over a railing thing, where Sam Jackson's like, "Hey, if Knox finds you, she's going to destroy you."
Right, gotcha. Okay.
And then it's like cutting to them jumping over stairs in a home or something like that. And then there's like this weird shot of like the two of them like sped up footage, like an old 1970s movie to make things look more actiony. They speed up and like they're rushing up to Crash there, where like Sophie Turner's got
the classics.
She's got drinks, and then I don't know, like I guess they're gonna fight over Cash there. Cash.
Oh boy,
Cash, not Cash. Ugh.
I wish his name was Crash. That'd be cool.
It should be Crash. We're gonna call him Crash from here on out.
Yeah. Speaking of crashes, cut to a car chase, right?
Yeah. Well, we cut to a car chase, and Agent 83 is like looking scared in a car. Like, isn't she trained to like be in a car chase?
One would think. I don't know. I don't know where the training is.
This whole trailer's, whatever.
It's all over the place.
Really
because then she looks scared again, but this time she's staring at high heels in front of her face.
Yeah, and
like
then
she's never seen high heels before. Apparently.
It's like, come on. And then there's like just a bunch of quick cuts of things, right? Yeah, her holding shoes. There's someone pulling a pin from a grenade of some sort, and then there's a voiceover of Agent 83 saying she better bring. This is where she says like she better bring the fire, better bring the thunder, she better bring the hell or bring hell, not the hell but hell.
Right, the hell, yeah.
And then it cuts to like her saying this to Sam Jackson, who's disguised as like a bus driver on a school bus.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it as Sam Jackson at first.
Really? Disguise works on you? Really? Yeah.
I was like, great disguise.
Got me. The old mustache disguise.
I was like, this guy looks confused. I'm with him.
I'm so very much with him. And then she's like, just tell her to bring it before 10:30 because I have a curfew.
Yeah. Way to remind us it's a teen movie. Then there's like explosives and karaoke.
Yeah.
And homecoming dance. I'm confused.
Yeah. And then we get
a lot of quick cuts, right?
Yeah, and a bunch more quick cuts, and then it's like now it's like leaning into Agent 83 and Karen there, aka Elizabeth, aka the daughter, kind of becoming friends. It looks like, I don't know, they're leaning each other and like they're getting along, it seems like. And then there's a pre-homecoming shot.
Then there's a dance fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, as there is, right?
Right. And this is when we get like the voiceover from Jessica Alba, because it looks like it cuts to another dance fight thing, and she's like, "You and I actually have a lot in common." And then they're doing some slamming into like a punch bowl or something, and the snacks everywhere. And then 83 says, "Except I'm not a psycho bitch." And then Jessica Alba says, "Give it some time," which, okay.
Yeah, and then there's in between all this too. So there's like multiple other cuts in between here too. I think like there's also cuts of like Sophie Turner hunting, I'm assuming, Agent 83 in like a kitchen with a knife, right? And then she gets like knocked out with a sheet tray.
I don't even think I caught that.
Oh, it's like so fast. Like honestly, it's like a split second. It's just like this happens in this trailer.
Yeah, I blinked.
Yeah, and then then we get she's Agent 83 is tied to a chair. We get Knox saying this whole thing, and then there's action, and they're like kicks and dodges.
A lot of kicks.
Inexplicably, we cut to like we're back at a party.
I was gonna say it's another high school party, right?
Yeah, they're back at a high school party, and they're doing like this card kissing game where you have a card in your lips and you kiss someone with what the fuck doesn't make it.
I don't. That's not a game.
And of course, and of course, she matches up with Cash.
Right. Which, like, how is she managing to find the time to do this when she's got all that assassin stuff to do?
Yeah,
right?
all that ass kicking to do, right?
I don't get it. And then there's a helicopter. Right?
Yeah.
Did we just cut to a helicopter at that point?
Yeah. Well, there's some cut, like another quick cut to like some soft lighting again. It's just so weird.
Right,
and then a shot of her, Agent 83, Hailee Steinfeld, hugging AV kid, or the kid from the assembly, right?
Right. Yep.
Which is very clearly the obvious crush.
Is seemingly also not in the rest of the movie.
But then he's also and then he's like then it's like he's on the street with a car and a helicopter, and like they're hugging, and it's like, wait, what the fuck? And then we cut to Sophie Turner rolling down a hallway, and then Haley's like attacking her with something, and then we get a title card, which is basically, like you said, all the stars. We get everyone listed, right?
Yep. So much credits, too much credits.
It's like, what were they all thinking? And of course, Steve-O. And then we cut back to Sam Jackson. It looks like interrogating Agent 83, who's tied to a chair.
Right.
Prescott,
from that scene earlier with the wires, right?
Yeah, with Steve-O. So like they're spliced up, and they're going for big humor here. Prescott's don't cry. Why is she crying? Sam Jackson asks. Jesus. And Steve-O, says like, hey, maybe she watched The Notebook one too many times. Adolescence is a very volatile time for a young woman.
This is like, I feel like this movie's really insulting to women in general. I don't know.
Like,
maybe it's just me.
And then she says, he so gets me.
Yeah, maybe I respect women's agency too much. I don't know.
This is a terrible. Why is Steve-O in this movie? Why is he in this movie?
I couldn't tell you. But apparently he gets her. Right.
Yeah.
So you said,
yeah, he understands. I don't even
like, no one's ever said that to Steve-O. Like, you know what, Steve-O, you get me. This guy gets it.
He understands.
Finally, we get a title card, right?
Yeah, title card. Barely lethal.
Bless us, everyone. Tiny Tim style. I'm so not excited for this.
This is gonna be this trailer. Like, if there's any sign from this trailer, one about the things, like I watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times, to be honest with you.
Same. Yeah.
I put 10, 15 minutes into this trailer.
I probably spent a half hour on it.
Like trying to understand it, trying to understand where the cuts were, like understanding like what is happening. None of it makes any sense.
Thais is the one who suggested this to us originally. And I was like,
blame her.
And right. Yeah, exactly. And I looked it up and I was like, all right, first of all, we don't have Showtime. And she was like, no, now we have Showtime. I was like, okay, I'm back in.
Free trial.
And then I was like, wait, there's too many good actors in this. There's no way this movie's that bad. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh no. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I love finding these gems where like there's like a culmination of like a bunch of decent actors and at least people you know.
Yeah.
And it's just not
what a nightmare.
Good. What a nightmare.
Yeah, this looks horrendous. My expectations are already very low. Like it's one of the better rated movies we covered, I think, in terms of critics.
Yeah, I mean, it's in at 26% on tomato meter there.
Wow.
That's 26% more than Hard Kill. So
you're right.
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up because we're done here. Thanks for listening. Like I said, we'll be back next week with the full breakdown. Mm-hmm. You can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, and we're ITMT Pod on Twitter.
Or if you're feeling old fashioned or just feeling like Elizabeth, we said something that made you angry, send us an email.
Correct us. Go ahead.
Right?
Try it.
Yeah. It's This Meets That at gmail.com. And as always, you can find the whole back catalog at itsthismeetsthat.com.